Hi everyone, Jessica here from Paper Ink Stamp and welcome back to my channel. So recently you guys will know that I moved house and I've got a brand new craft room all to myself. I have already told you that I want to do a craft room tour for you guys. You've seen my last space and I really want to show you the difference and I guess kind of how lucky I am to be able to have a bigger space than what I had before. And I've spent a lot of time trying to kind of make everything just perfect. I have got shelves that I still want to pop up on the walls. I've got pictures I want to put up. I have got a brand sign that I'm in the middle of creating and I'm really excited to show you guys that, but I want to get it finished and up on the wall before I actually do my video, just so you know you can kind of see it when it's all finished. So that video will be coming. I'm really excited, like I said, to show you the new things that I bought, to show you how I've upcycled some of the older stuff, some of the old furniture that I had in my last craft room, and actually just things that we had around the house when we was living in our flat. We've built some things, so I've built a desk. Me and my partner built a desk, which I'm so excited about. So yeah, I'm really excited to show you my craft room, but like I said, I just want to get it finished, or as finished as I possibly can, just so we've got kind of a full finished room. So that is definitely coming. But what I am spending my time doing is getting organised, trying to kind of set myself up in the best way possible, just so I, you know, use all the products that I've got, so I know what I've actually got here. And that can be quite daunting sometimes, to kind of work out, you know, the best way of organising yourself that actually works for you personally. So in today's video, what I wanted to share with you and show you is some of the ways that I'm going to be organising myself a little bit. So just as an example of things that we've done in the past, so these are those Nuvo shimmer powders. So we created these 5 backgrounds for the colours that I've got. So I've got little swatches there. This is for the Nuvo alcohol markers. These are the older ones. I think they've just brought out new colours or new versions, I'm not sure, but these are the older ones, so I can see how they're going to blend together. We created this then for the tri-blends, and so it really just helps sort of pick out the colours that I want, and I can really see the kind of colour combinations. And then the other ones we did not that long ago was for these Nuvo drops that I picked up. And again, these are just really great references to have on hand. So I definitely want to be creating some more of these. So like I said, that's what we're going to be doing in today's video. And I'm going to be starting off with my coloured cardstock. So I have been keeping all of the cardstock actually in the packagings. Instead of then using the sort of sticky bit at the bottom, I actually just cut the very top off the packaging, and it's just sort of neatened all of these up. I am keeping the scraps in here as well. So previously, you would have seen in my previous craft room video that I had a big pink 4-drawer unit, and I kept all my scraps in there, and I'll be honest, I don't really use any of them. I've obviously bought a lot of these classic card by Craft Perfect by Tonic Studios. I've bought pretty much most of the range of colours, so I am kind of exclusively using these at the moment, and I just thought it would be so much better to keep the scraps in, so then if I know I want to use this colour, I don't need a whole sheet, I can just grab a scrap that I need, or obviously grab a full sheet, and then it's really helpful to see whether I need to order some more of a particular colour that I do use quite a bit. So at the moment, if I just bring this in, so you can see this is one of those sort of magazine folders that I just keep on my shelving unit. You can see that all of them have had the tops cut off. So I've just zoomed out a little bit there just so you can see, but like I said then, so we've literally just got one of these magazine holders. So I've actually got kind of 2 full ones, and then one that's just got 3 different colours in. But because I keep these kind of away from my desk, so I have to walk around my desk to go and sort of work out which colours I want, I was thinking about then creating just a sample of all of the colours that I can have here sort of on my desk, in my shelving units, wherever I want to keep it on hand. And so I can just kind of pick the colours that I want rather than having to walk all over there and sort of work it out over there. Hopefully that makes sense. So what I've got, this is a die set from Hunky Dory. So this was part of one of the design team projects that I worked on. So this was for those memory books, and they've actually got a ready-made tag in here, and it's sort of a decent size. I don't need it to be kind of too big. I basically just want to swatch the colour. I did think about using my brother's Scan and Cut, but I figured then, because I've got quite a few of these colours to die cut, I thought then sort of making sure I get the right size card, then having to get it all onto the sticky mat and get it in, I thought it might just be a little bit of hassle. So for this, I am going to just use this die. Like I said, I think this is a perfect sort of swatch, and then I can just write the colour on here. So let's get started doing this. So the other great thing then about having scraps is I can literally just use my scraps up. So I've got some washi tape just on the side of my craft mat, and what I'm hoping to be able to do is I'm hoping I might be able to die cut possibly even three pieces of cardstock at once. So let's just grab a pair of scissors. So I am just trim that down. So again, then all my scraps can go back in there. I can use those for, you know, sentiments and things. So have I? Oh yeah. So that one I've used just a tiny bit off that one. So I'm going to have a go at seeing if I can die cut the three of these. If I can do three at once, that is going to be ideal, and it won't take sort of quite as long. I'm just going to pop a bit of washi tape just to hold those together, and then I'm going to run these through my die cutting machine. Okay, so we've run that through. It's definitely gone through. Oh, it's gone through two. So this third one, let's just carefully take this off. So I don't think it's gone through quite as well on that third one, but we got our yellow and we've got our apricot. So we might need to just sort of encourage this one to come out. So it kind of just about goes through it. It's not quite, oh, yes it has. Okay, so it went through that third one, but at a push, so I might just stick to die cutting two, just so then they do sort of sit nicer. So that took me probably about 25 minutes to die cut all of these. So, you know, it is a little bit of a process, but sometimes I think that if you spend sort of that 25 minutes doing something like this, it's really just going to help you later on when you are actually in the middle of creating your cards and projects and kind of working out what your colour scheme or colour combination is going to be. This is just going to help. So what we're going to do now is really we need to write the names on this. So you always see a lot of people, you know, with their label makers. I don't have a label maker. I probably would enjoy having one, but it's just not something, you know, that I have. So I'm just going to handwrite these on, obviously, you know, just because that's what other sort of, you know, bigger crafters have. You know, that's not necessarily what we are going to have. I don't want to say in the real world, but, you know, it's not sort of always as easy. Okay, so now I've got all of my tags. I've got them all labelled. So these are for me, it really doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be perfect. They are literally here just for a reference. So like I said, when I'm working then I can see which colours, you know, I want to put with something else. So all I'm going to do then, so I don't have any of those like ring things, but I've got a little bit of twine here. And I might want to add this or, you know, take them away if colours don't become available, new colours come out. So I certainly don't want to have anything too permanent. And all I'm going to do is just thread those through. And I want there to be a certain amount of movement here as well. But I can then keep those on hand. So if I'm working on a project, so I've got this, I created one of these backgrounds in a previous video. So I could come in here and say, right, I've got a rainbow of colours. You know, if I wanted to do a bit of matte and layering, do I want to, you know, pick up some yellow? Do I maybe want to pick out that orange? But it's certainly just going to make life a little bit easier just to pick the right colours for your projects. Okay, so the next thing we're going to be swatching is we're going to do some ink blending with the Distress Oxide ink pads. So I've cut some more of these tags. I've cut this from the Hunky Dory Ink Me cardstock. So this is a 300 GSM. It's called Ink Me, so it's perfect for blending onto, but it is perfect. And this is some of the cardstock that I actually do use when creating, you know, projects, backgrounds, whatever with inks. If you're going to swatch onto the cardstock that you actually use for your products. So I've never done swatches and that for my inks before, and as I'm starting to get a bigger collection of inks, sometimes when I think about a project that I want to create and I think about doing a bit of ink blending in the background, sometimes I struggle a little bit to find or to think about which colours I want to put together. So really by doing these swatches, again, it's going to take all of that hard work out for me. And it's going to mean that I could go through these and say, right, I want, you know, whatever that colour is there or that combination for my project. I can then use that with my colour swatches and I go, right, and I'm going to matte and layer using that. So they can all be kind of used to build up your projects. So here are all of the tags that we've created with the Distress Oxides, mixing them together. So you've seen just quickly there, obviously going through different colour combinations, and so these are all of the Distress colours that I currently own, and I've used every single one of them here, mixed them slightly differently, and I think there's some really beautiful combinations in here that, I'll be really honest, I would never really have thought about mixing together. I don't know that I really would have sat down and done this had I not then obviously created those previous tags and sort of really thought about it. The ones that are really standing out to me that I kind of just absolutely love, so we've got this one here. This was, oh, I didn't label this. It was Peacock's Feathers, Salty Ocean and Seedless Preserve. This is so beautiful underwater. I'm thinking mermaid, blends together just so beautiful. I think that's the first time I've put those two colours together, and again having these then kind of labelled up to see what colours are next to each other to really see how they work, I'll be honest, has totally just changed my point of view of actually looking at these Distress Oxides and creating some really cool fun backgrounds. If you're not sure if you've got inks, whether they're these Distress Oxide, whether they're dye inks, whatever they might be, and you want to have a go at something like this, my best advice is to have a look maybe on Pinterest, type in something like, you know, colour combinations for inks, and really just have a look what other people are blending together. Once you start having sort of a little play around with that, then it's going to be easier for you to start kind of picking your own colours and matching them sort of together how you would like to, and then using colours, you know, that work for you, what you like to do. So that is a look at two swatches that we have created that you can quite easily create in your home. Don't forget, if you don't have a tag die, obviously you could just trim this down and just do a hole at the top if you've got a hole punch, but also, you know, you don't have to do tags. You could do any sort of die shape, or, you know, really anything that you've got. If you've got like a love heart, you know, just die cut from that, so it doesn't have to be tags. But like I said before, it's just a really great way of actually seeing the colours that you've got, and you can just match them up to the project really perfectly. And then again, you know, you can swatch so many different kinds of things. So we've got cardstock here, we've obviously done our ink blending, so again we can just go through this and say, right, this is the colour blending I'm going to do. What do I want to mix that with? So I could mix it with the ocean blue colour. I could go in with a green. I don't really have sort of a light enough green, but then maybe I could come in with something a little bit more contrast, and then you know, of that, what's that, olive green. So it's just sort of working out so which colours go together, but it's so easy because you've got it here. It's all kind of, you know, hand size, absolutely perfect. So hopefully that might help you if you need any organisational help in your own craft space. But again, I'm just showing you some of the sort of bits of crafting and organisation that I'm putting together to create the ideal sort of workspace, really. But like I said at the beginning, I am going to be creating that craft room tour video. It will be coming, so please please hit that subscribe button so you don't miss it when that video goes live. I will sort of let you know beforehand when it will be coming up. So that was just a little bit of a different video today, so I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave me a comment down below and give this video a thumbs up. It is greatly appreciated. And again, yeah, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos. So thanks very much for watching, and happy crafting.